in the air trying to run the safety. So we got to work on that.
All right,
We got to work on the AI a little bit.
let's go into my realm instance for a little bit.
But first, do the animation check.
No. Too late.
No, do it. Do it.
Too
Don't.
late. Too
Don't.
late. Wait.
You failed me, and you failed your friends.
I don't fix bugs.
Oh wow! You just leave them for everyone else.
Yep.
You can kill this.
That's right.
But you will pay.
All right. Anybody still alive out there?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's alive, and they're wondering why you have all those IDs, those ability IDs filled out.
Yeah, man. They're gonna be full when I'm done.
Oh my gosh! Let's see. Let's get it started. What we starting with, Frank? What we starting with?
Well, we're gonna make a bubble projection power set. You know, that was something we talked about last time.
Bubble projection, though.
Bubble projection. Doesn't it just sound deadly?
It doesn't. It just sound creative.
Yeah,
very creative.
I can picture a superhero. May not be a popular one, but he would exist. I mean, for all the crazy superheroes we know that exist out there, there's gotta be one that uses bubbles to kill people.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've heard of quite a few. They use soapy bubbles, and what they do is they project them near your eyes. When the bubbles pop, they burn your eyes really bad. That's about
villains. Okay, all right. Well, that's the first thing. Oh no, wait. We just made a power, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, what? We just made a power.
What? Bubble villain.
We'll do moderate damage, because we'll balance that out after we get going. Some moderate damage, lethal, because it's lethal damage because it can go in your eyes, right? Oh, minus accuracy and minus perception.
Oh my god! Minus perception. Why the bubble soap gets in your eyes?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, man.
And there's screaming involved.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Exactly.
We gotta add that. We can add that too. People
it.
gotta know what's going on, because initially they're gonna be like, "What just happened?" That's soap. It's soapy bubbles.
Yeah, I mean, I can just picture it like as it's a cone attack, right? Where your player just throws out a spray of soapy bubbles in a cone attack that makes it harder for everybody to see. Look, it may not be pretty, but this is game design right here.
And it requires a component of a shampoo bottle.
Yeah, you just removed that from the spreadsheets
I did.
before
no components.
Put it back in there. component to what I had it set up as component to gosh, I always forget that one because I don't.
Oh, I saw another name.
Valiance.
Oh.
Lather up, dramatically increases damage temporarily. Do it. Set that up. I want to use one of our. We want to use an aura, bubble aura for that.
Oh, that would be awesome because you could see the soapy bubbles on your character.
Do we have any animations that look like someone like
washing themselves?
Yeah, I think we have one. I think we have one of someone dusting themselves off.
No, use the same animation when you go under the water and when you come out and your vision's all kind of watery. You can't see. You've got that vision.
I think it should have bubbles instead of just water. Bubbles dripping down your camera.
Thought bubble, minor side damage. Your character hurts them with Metagame.
Hey, that's Regulus.
Yeah.
Our old content director.
Yes, it is.
And
Here.
you know,
You
you
didn't
could have
recognize
a
this
side-
entire time?
Well, I hadn't really been looking. I was just listening to you. I'm working on fixing up these other pet
Oh,
powers
yeah. That's
for my character because somebody didn't want to make mine, so I decided
Hey,
to make
you
my
could have
own.
a side effect of the soapy bubbles of enhancing rage or something once it finally. You're going to be really freaking.
You need to add that rage mod back. You need to add the rage mod table or column back. Cause boy, you get that soap in your eyes, man. Oh, like get this soap out of my eyes, man, please.
All right. And then we're gonna have a. All right.
man.
So, okay.
Gotta-
The ultimate has to be bubble bath, right?
yeah, that's
And
interesting.
It creates a location, an area, what should it be? Oh, it has to be a point blank AOE location. Yeah, point blank AOE where you does extreme damage over time. Yeah, would it be extreme? Would it be extreme damage over time? I mean, it would be a dot. We'll see what the damage is after we fill out the rest of the thing, but it'll be dot damage.
I guess I should have the server open on my side.
Flow. Should they fall down?
That's what I was thinking. Knockdown
Yeah. Would it be?
from
It
them
would be like
slipping
it would be a knockdown during
during the whole duration or single knockdown.
Well, see, I was thinking. See, somebody else just brought up exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking about using knockdown as a separate power. Like you create a slick area of soapy of like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So you'd make a location area AOE that spawns soapy bubbles. We already did soapy bubbles. So spawns.
I just find it funny that you have crushing damage on that from a bubble.
Dude, bubbles are some lethal crushing damage.
You nuts. Yeah, nut, man. You crazy, man. I think it'd be like I don't even think. I think it'd just be lethal. If you ever got soap in your eyes, you'd know.
That's why the soap in your eyes cone attack is lethal.
But I mean, every one of them should be lethal. Even getting soap just sprayed in your face. Regulars put sudsy spill. But so that would be just thinking about the tech we have now. That would be a target based stationary pet, and wherever it was set, anyone in it would fall. So it would have to have persistent knockdown damage.
All right, how about we make a power where you encase someone inside
I
of
knew
a
you,
bubble?
I knew you were waiting to do that. You just wanted to do that just to use that visual effect. I know you did.
Yeah, we could do that. We
I
encase
was
somebody in
waiting.
a bubble.
Oh,
Wait,
as a
we
matter
got
of fact,
two more. We got two more powers. What else could we do with
I'm about to
bubbles?
set up. I need to set up. I'm gonna set up the animation, the trapped and bubble animation. I'm gonna have to upload it too. I'm bringing up the server so I can do the server side code for yours. And for those probably interested, basically the code on the server mimics what he's gonna be doing inside the client, pretty much 1-to-1, except one's in Java, and so there's some slightly different syntax going on, but I'll basically be mirroring him on the server side, and then I'll upload everything to the live server. So when he connects to the live server, everything will work, and he'll be uploading his for our team to grab.
What if we made a toggle? Bubble barrage. A stream of bubbles dealing high channel.
Yeah, we don't have.
That's good. That's good.
We don't have our toggle tech wrapped up just yet, so we just have to
we're
make
working
it just
for the future.
Yeah, we can just make it give it a long duration, a long effect duration.
So it would be a range close back where a stream of bubbles dealing high damage.
Now I need to make some bubble sounds. I don't think we have
we need bubble sounds. It would be a dot. It would be a high dot, high damage over time. Stream of bubbles. See, the difference between crushing bubbles and lethal bubbles is their size. If they're really small, they're lethal bubbles. If they're really big, they'd be crushing bubbles.
Oh my gosh. This thing gets weirder and weirder with each new property addition.
You don't make superhero powers like this as good as I do without being this crazy.
This is getting worse and worse.
So it starts with scrubbing bubbles and then progresses from there.
It gradually worsens.
Okay, I like Legacy's your idea of foamy pop, but I was thinking, what if we made a toggle power where you would create like a bubble around yourself and it slowly grows out to about melee range, and when it pops, anyone that's inside of that range gets knocked back.
Oh, that's a good one. That's an interesting one.
That's what I'm here for.
No, that's not what you're here for, but we'll accept that for now.
I'm getting my personal space and
Exactly.
T4 is like, I didn't give you no authorization to be testing anything.
We could also do that where, see, we don't really have any tech that, well, actually we could. So we can make a toggle that gives you a shield, and when the shield is used up, the bubble pops and knocks back enemies. So it wouldn't be like that it takes 3 hits to pop it. It would just be if that shield gets used up, it would pop.
Say that again?
So what if we have the toggle makes a bubble around you, and that bubble represents a shield on your health bar, and when that shield or that overhealth gets used up, that the bubble pops and it knocks back any enemies that are in melee range.
it sounds like a tank defense.
Yeah, we
No, because
we have tech that can make the bubble and give you the overhealth, the armor, but we don't have tech to make the bubble actually pop when the armor is not over.
Well, we could do that as 2 separate ones.
So you could still have the bubble on, and then the armor is lost. I mean, it wouldn't have the same punch to it. It wouldn't feel.
We could do it kind of though. So we'll have that this toggle gives you a little bit of overhealth, a little bit of a shield.
Yeah, and while because you can do that. Yeah, you can set it up like that where it'll have an effect that as long as you have it on, you have armor, and the armor will always slowly regenerate though if you have the power on.
Yeah, that would be fine.
But you can still lose chunks of it as you're being hit, and until it ends, you'll just have the bubble on.
Yeah, the pop effect shouldn't be that hard to build. I could always add something like that.
I knew you were about to say that. I was like, chime in. Don't you try to do this.
Yep, we gonna do
If you
it.
can think of it, I can probably build it.
I figured you because I know your event tech could probably do it because I know we're using that for ice melee to destroy the ice constructs when the ice weapon constructs. But I didn't know if that was set up where it could be wired into the actual ability system, where in any
Not
easy
that
way.
exact one, I don't think, but I could rig something up at least.
Nice.
So, Fireblade, you're thinking that Bubble Barrage should be more of it's like a large bubble that you throw at someone?
I'm getting ready to. I'm actually working on some bubble sounds in the background while I'm waiting on you to do your animation modes.
So, all right. Okay, so just it is a stream of bubbles. Okay, so we're still talking about a damage over time, but they would be larger than for yeah. Like, are you thinking like 3 or 4 bubbles fire consecutively, or like dozens of smaller bubbles fire consecutively? Well, could Bubble Barrage be a snipe attack?
Oh, well, now barrage
Where,
is multiple.
well, no, but yeah, you can make a snipe attack that shoots multiples. Like you would, you know.
The snipe feels better as one. Let's make the bubble barrage a multi-shot attack. You're trying to maintain your silly little convention. It's time to break that convention.
Well, I'm not trying to maintain anything. I'm trying
Yes,
to.
you are. You're trying to maintain it. That's why you're like, we can't have it. You have them both. Put them both in there. You're running out of space. You're running out of space.
All right, so all right. So let's vote in the chat. Bubble bath or bubble bomb? One gigantic bubble versus like a damage over time. Uh, point blank AOE bath. Would you rather have one gigantic bubble that you launch at a mob, or would you rather jump in the center of the mobs and have a damage over time? Because I can see bubble bomb. Range bubble bomb. It's 1-to-1 right now.
Magic missiles. I think this is the one.
Scrub tub. Oh. Alright, so then, well, if we're looking at like a type of utility, right now we have 2 utility powers in the set. We have the soapy bubbles and we have the faux hold. We can move the hold, and if we'd rather go for like a giant bubble bomb, that would be fine. So we could do a range. Oh, would we want to do the snipe? We can make the bubble bomb a snipe.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. He's crazy.
We can do both. We're doing both now. We're keeping both, and then we'd have this as. So does bubble bomb fit a snipe attack? Does bubble bomb the name fit the snipe attack?
It sounds like it sounds like a self AOE, really. Like a massive Nova type self AOE.
Yeah.
I think bubble snipe just sounds like it sounds odd, but
Bubble bomber.
Bubble blast sounds like it'd
bomber.
be like a first. Sounds like it could be a
Right.
first one.
I like bubble bomber because that makes you think that you're like a bomber from far away.
I don't share your opinions on that.
Hubba bubble.
Oh no. Watch it. Watch it.
See, I really like the toggle that we made, but I think that there's so many other better ideas we could do. Unstoppable.
I like
now we're making a defensive power set.
I like that.
Oh man, you could totally. There's way too many ideas going on here for as crazy as this is.
The hype is killing you, isn't it?
It is because somebody just said, "Don't forget the rubber ducky." We could have an offensive melee power set. Or at least a utility power set.
Oh, no.
You could make a utility power set with that toggle with the defensive bubble, and you could have a rubber ducky when you punch somebody with it, it knocks them back.
Wow. Creative juices are flowing.
You need a rubber ducky, Pat.
Oh my goodness. This is what ends up happening. See, when I start making power sets and I'm thinking about things, I'm like, that doesn't quite fit this power set, like in this power group. So I start working on like multiple power groups simultaneously, and I just start moving all the powers around. That's why, like in, there's metal controller, metal projectile. There's all these things because when I'm working in one, I'm like, man, that's a great idea for a power. It doesn't quite fit control.
53's in the Discord. He's like, rubber ducky power cleans him up.
Oh my goodness, I could just picture the people role playing as like janitors or somebody, and their like mottos like, we're here to clean up the streets.
Yeah, it is. People like, ha ha. The villain's like, ha ha ha, yeah, okay. And then he sprays soapy water in their eye. I burn, please. Ah.
See, this is exactly what this
Here it
game
comes.
is all about, though. Because, like, I want to be adding so many power sets to this game that when people start thinking of crazy stuff, we fit it in so that they can roleplay as this crazy stuff. Because it's all, you know what? If there can be Squirrel Girl in real,
Yeah.
in a real
universes, TV show,
in real universes, we could do this.
Come on, Unity. I want in. I want to play.
Just have, oh my word. We would have to. Okay, well, we couldn't make a travel power built around that.
I see Legacy said Ducky Pet. You know me, man. Go ahead and throw that extra power set on there for that Ducky Pet.
Oh my word! We need a bath towel that people could wear as a cape, Aaron.
Dude. You're gonna find a way to include every possible thing you can in this one small 9-attack power set.
No. That was a costume idea. That was a costume idea.
I thought it was an aura cape.
No. It's a costume
cape.
No. Oh man, we could make a support power set. I mean, you could have one of the powers as being like a clean power because it would cleanse you of any
Yep, I knew that was coming. I was thinking that like any debuffs and stuff like that. Yeah, there you go.
Boots made out of bars of soap, and then you skate as the travel power.
And then you see surgeon. I was thinking that same thing. I was like, and as you skate, bubbles come from you.
Yeah,
gonna
you
be
leave a
like,
trail of bubbles that, for good, if you are good aligned, the
you
good
have
people
to do
get
that.
enhancements and the villains get damage or something.
You have to do that. You really have to do it. It should be like super speed. It should be like super speed, but with instead of doing have its own animation, just like a sliding animation where you did just down low sliding and the bubbles are just flying from behind them. Oh man, you're killing me, man.
All right, well, we need names for the bread and butter power of this power set. So we got our first two bread and butters. What is the name for the minor damage attack in this power set and the moderate damage attack in this power set? What is the... Oh yeah, Fireblade. I got those documents. Don't you worry. There's documents out there that have nothing but just list of ideas that haven't made it into the game yet. Oh yeah. Man, you know what? As soon as we launch the game, our first DLC is gonna have to be some type of a janitor outfit. It's gonna have to.
You're killing me, man.
Illusion Control was my second favorite controller power set. Somebody, and it used to be it was my first back before they stopped how many pets you could have simultaneously. You could have multiple phantasms out. That was when I was in love with it.
Yeah, before they nerfed it.
Yeah, before they put the limit on all the pets. Back when you could have like 12 imps simultaneously. I did play a little bit of some other games to some type of a depth. Let's see here. So what is our toggle name? Burst Shot, Bubble Blast, Pop Shot, Soap Assault. I don't want to overuse the soap theme of the bubble, so I like doing Bubble Blast, and we can make that like several small projectiles. Greater Bubble Blast. Oh my word. What if... Oh, I'm not even going to go down that path. Bursting Blast. It could be the toggle. Toggle could be Bursting Blast. Can we have Soap on a Rope as his magical amulet she gets their powers from?
That's where they cast it from.
We're looking to name either one of these two powers right here. Oh yeah, man. Oh, we could totally make a... This could have very easily have been a melee power set where you use a staff with a piece of soap on the end of it. Oh, so it's a spring. No, sorry, I didn't see that name. Soap staff? Wait, nope. yeah, a mop. Mop, exactly. Yep. You could have a defensive power set. I'm not going down that path. I'm not gonna say it. We're gonna have to put that maturity rating up there. Melee.
I think John's working on getting a weapon mod tech back in his original weapon modding
I
tech.
wanna show off mimetic weaponry so bad.
I know.
That
We should
power
do
set's
that.
gonna be so amazing.
Yeah. We should do that next week. Now that we have the visual effects for it.
All right, where were we? Sorry, did I miss anyone? Pop rock,
Pop rock.
pop rock. All right,
Dang man.
we gotta name the toggle and we gotta name the moderate damage attack. Fluffy Fury. And we're now see. It's funny to imagine a superhero with this power set, but imagine a villain with this power set.
Yeah. Let's just creative juices are flowing.
Make a man. Blast. I like that one. We just need a name for the toggle now. This is a toggle that provides you with a defensive shield, and every so often, a bubble bursts and knocks everyone back. How would we name that?
Pop rocks. Fun for the moderate attack. How about bursting bubble for the second one, the name? Because bursting blast,
Yeah, bursting.
it kind of follows the original name, that first name.
Yeah.
I think bursting bubble kind of.
Last bursting bubble. This is definitely going to be the power set with the most bees in all of it.
I'm trying to find. I know I had a VFX. We had a VFX collection done for us for underwater oxygen bubbles, kind of emitting from underwater locations. I'm trying to find it because I think we could manipulate that into changing the particle effects enough to just take the bubbles out, and maybe even manipulate how the bubbles are emitted so it looks appropriate. Because I think the water one that we were looking at using on some of the other ones might not fit for all the bubbles ideas we have.
Here it is. Power set done.
Let me see what madness you've created. Steve put shrinking bubbles, bubble of doom, bubble of chaos. Shrinking bubbles.
Chad, are you getting impatient?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey,
I'm 100 support. We're doing great.
we're not fixing meshes. So which signature hero are we going to be adding bubble to, Chad?
If I had to come up we've got the we could put Alpha Omega before the fall. No. Wow, I don't know if I had to do that off the cuff, or if we should turn that over to the fans to come up with a hero name. Why don't we make it a villain NPC, I think.
A villain NPC.
Yeah, we'll make this a villain NPC.
We'll make it a spoof like that. Oh, what was the name of that? Oh man, it was on Robot Chicken.
Well, we can do a pun on Green Lantern and call him Sinestro.
Sinestro.
A villain named the Rubber Duck.
He refers to himself as the copious foam.
There was a cartoon where there was something that it was like toilet related super villain, and it was just hilarious.
All toilet humor's fun. For a tentative placeholder, let's just go ahead and call him Dr. Detergent. I'm dead serious. Dr. Detergent. Super Soaker can be his nemesis, Cyan.
I love it. One. No, that's a snipe. Put that up to
for those of you guys that are throwing out names here, everybody in the forums, thank you for that. And now you know exactly how easy of a job being content is. You just throw stuff out there until somebody laughs at it.
Oh, there's something out there that people laugh. And then is that what you use to determine what's good and what's not?
Well, for a bubble character, yes. For something like Magister, not so much.
For Magister, it's even more important, actually.
Yeah.
People like laugh now, cry later.
Yeah, Magister, we should make a power set for him where if he actually hits any character in the game goes to your desktop.
Oh, that'd be epic. It'd be epic too, because naturally people are gonna be like, some bug happened that no bug happened. Your resistance wasn't high enough.
We have to have like a seal of approval from C4 on there saying, I'm QA and I approve this bug.
Oh man. Especially if we show that life essence fading, like some type of UI effect where things slowly went dim and then it dropped out to the desktop.
No. You need a graphic of my character and extremely exploding all across the screen, everything, and you drop to your desktop. And I'm just eyeballing you while that's happening.
You should have a big text on the screen that says you failed. Like, no.
Yo, this is gonna be an amazing set for farming.
Oh man, here he goes. This guy in farming, man. You just ain't gonna let it go. Let it go.
Dude, the patch where people constantly fall down.
I want to know what happened to those textures. That's what I want to know.
Did you say forming or farming?
Farming.
Yes, you heard right.
I farm Frostfire. I would create new tanks. I mean, like all the time, just so I could farm Frostfire, just to entertain. Nice.
I think that's what I want to do at the next Devstream. Do some bosses. Do some boss experiences. Sorry. Get some bosses in there. Speaking of that, I need to wrap up Blue Jewel and get his electric aura added to his character for the big climactic content finish for the alpha. It's so hard finding voice actors for a lot of the voice actors that had different accents. But I found a nice, really good French voice actor for Blue Jewel. I know people who remember him from the original pre-alpha are gonna be like, "Oh my God, Blue Jewel is actually a boss."
Well, Aaron, you do a pretty good Russian, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, that's you. I do a pretty good Icelandic, I think.
with just a touch of Greenland in there.
You know, a little
Baltic.
Finland, splash a little Polish in there. Oh man, one of my friends just sent me a message and it's like, yeah, Forerunner equals He-Man. John saw him and was like, hey, it looks like this guy sent a picture of He-Man. I was like, everyone's saying this guy looks like He-Man. Chad, inspiration too much?
No, that's not true. If I'd given him any other hairstyle, he'd look like a blonde Adonis. If I'd made his hair brown, people wouldn't have said He-Man.
And on top of that, John sends me a video. The hey. I was like, no, not another one. Not another
That's
person.
been out for 14 years.
I was like, oh my gosh, not another person who's seeing this guy's He-Man. Because initially I was like, oh, He-Man, Imperial Cyber Warrior. And then I was like, it's just me. Of course he doesn't look like He-Man. He-Man is a completely different hairstyle. Everybody who sees it. Oh, so you guys got a Cyber He-Man, huh? Okay.
Welcome, John's Drawer. Good to have you along. Ivan Hedgehog, welcome to the chat.
Oh, it's Ivan. Ivan Hedgehog. He's been around for a long time.
We're talking about the plausibility of a superpowered bubble villain. Join. Jump in, why don't you?
I love when I see people who were around for a while. Sorry about that. Who were around for a long time. Has been there since the inception, since we first started Valiance. I love seeing that. People believing in us. So we're going to show you a good time. We're going to show you the best time of your life. All right, I got my server environment set up, so I'm ready.
All right. Well, I'm just getting to the
I'm
part
ready.
where
I'm
we
ready
can
when
do
you
some
just
animations.
just take your time. Remember what I told you.
Break everything. All right, gotcha.
Take your time. You ain't changing
Break
anything.
it all, QA will tell you what to fix, right?
That's
Break
right.
it out, QA is gonna annoy you. That's right.
All right.
Yes. I think I found it. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I can't test it because my computer. Because Unity. Huh? Hey.
Hey.
I think I figured out where they are. Check. Time for a quick check. I mean, what's the chances of Unity corrupting on me right before the live stream? I'm still just re-import one file, crash, recache for what, 10 hours? It's already been 5 hours and it's halfway done. It's time to put an end to this madness. Okay. So Frank, can you multitask right now? Are you in a mental state to be able to multitask or no?
Hi, I'm multitasking. What?
So are you in a state to be able to multitask, like multitask for real multitask?
real multitask? I mean, I just mean
Yeah.
these things. You watching the stream?
I mean, talk and work
Yeah.
at the same time. Because something I wanted to talk about at this dev stream was um, what you have going on with combat, because combat is one of the reasons why the pre-alpha has been held off. And what is it? What is it that's so dire that you felt we needed to wait with? That you felt we needed to wait to launch the alpha to make sure players had the best combat experience? What was such a big deal to you?
And did you guys see that bus?
It passed so fast. I just heard you stop
didn't-
talking.
You guys didn't see that bus?
Mm-mm. I heard
No,
something pass by and you were just quiet afterwards.
No, I saw. I saw.
Did you guys see it? I heard it.
and I saw.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
And then I just turned away.
I'm not sure if I was pushed, but
Shawn was like, I didn't hear anything. I saw people
He turned
talking, and
his
then
head.
I saw people talking. I heard a crunch sound. Wasn't looking. I
yeah, I
moved
mean,
on.
we have a lot of features for combat that are a lot of them are in the game, but we are still working on a few, and a lot of them are in their most basic form. But we're still looking at some things like we have the ability to spawn a pet, but to spawn a pet at a location, that's a different thing that we're still working on. We have attributes as far as different types of damage dealt, all the different stats that I want to have, as far as several different calculations I have for coming up with how accuracy works with defense and how accuracy works with modifiers to accuracy, so that it has diminishing returns. There's a lot of formulas that I've come up with to try to put into the game so that when it comes to balancing your character, it's not necessarily a linear path, because it does have. There are some things that do require diminishing returns, and that's an evil word for a lot of people. But diminishing returns used in the correct way still allows you to feel that your character is progressing and not make obvious, noticeable differences to when you are. Let's say your character's just better off than some other characters. They're still noticeable to the point that it makes a difference if you were to fight or just go into different situations. The outcome will be different. But diminishing returns allows us to have things dramatically affect lower level players so that they can more quickly reach up to the levels that somebody who may have spent hours min-maxing their character, which is definitely something that I'm a big fan of. I enjoy into the numbers, obviously, systems guy. I enjoy min-maxing everything. I enjoy finding all of the limits and the requirements so that you can figure out what's actually needed in a certain stat here, and then you rotate it over to another system, into another attribute, so that you kind of balance those things. We have a lot of those systems already in the game, but to take it to the next level, to take it to where it's going to be at the end of alpha, to the point that it's ready for beta, is what we're working on right now. So we do have things. So alpha, in the most basic terminology, is talking about shooting for having basically something of every system in the game, in some way, shape, or form. Then talking about moving to doing a type of a system in beta would be where we take that system and we get it to the near final stages, and then all that's left is some minor tweaking and some balancing here and there, and some streamlining of systems. We're at the alpha stage for a lot of this, but because we are trying to provide a better feel of what the game's like in the end, we're progressing some of the systems past what would be considered requirement for alpha. So that's definitely part of the reason why some things have been pushed off, and it mostly revolves around the feel of combat.
Thanks, Jax.
that
And,
should.
I
and
wasn't,
that's one
and
of the,
just to be clear too, I wasn't trying to throw you under the
I
bus.
know, I
It
know.
did come out. It did come off like that at first, huh? Not be like everything we
I
do.
caught him in time. It's okay.
I was just talking to one of our team members about that. I was just talking to one of our team members the other day about how everything we do is we do it as a team. Like even if, for example, one of us programmers have something that we have to do by a certain time. If we don't do it, we're a team. So the whole team suffers from whatever our shortcomings are, but together we deal with that weight as a team. Like we don't, one person doesn't take the fall because that person was unable to do something. Like we work as a team. So whenever one person on a team feels like we need to do something, that they feel like it's going to cause a detriment to the overall product, we all listen, we all work together to resolve the issue. And combat,
Yeah,
like
it was definitely a
I know,
playful
I know.
joke.
I'm just saying a lot of people probably picked up on that, because I noticed as you were saying that, I was like, why is he? And I was like, oh yeah, it could have came off like that to someone that I was just trying to be like, Frank, you're the reason why
You're the
Alpha 2 is
reason why
getting
Alpha's
delayed.
not done.
And then I'll take the hit for the times when I was like, this map isn't ready. I don't like this map. This map doesn't feel right. This map
I would
doesn't
like to
feel
say on
original.
that same comment, though. I would like to say on that same comment that as QA, I really, really like the idea that we throw all these things in there, even at their base level.
Here he goes.
No,
He's famous. This is his famous. This is his famous
let
speech.
me have it, bro.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. We throw it in the base level so that we can see that there is something coming, and you can and we can see stuff happening. And I almost, as QA, I almost feel bad writing bugs about it
Because I give you
because
hell
I know
for it.
this is yeah, we want to go further, and we're like yeah, okay, we present this as something that we're going to do, and I said, well, this is a great thing to do, but it's not working.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so I almost feel bad about writing a bug about it. But
And I can give a
because
specific
all the ideas behind this, Frank
Yeah.
and Aaron and Steve and John and everybody that is working on this is doing great things in a common direction, but I have to write the bug about it. I'm sorry.
It's funny because I always give you crap, but man, you guys on the QA side, I try to sneak broken stuff in, and I don't know. You remember that time I had the hole in the, I made a collider in the wall, and because you guys kept finding all these bugs, I was like, there's one in there you guys are missing. And you took a day. Look, you was like, I've done every possible thing. There's only one there's only one bug that can be happening that you're doing, that you got in there, that you put in there to mess with us. And you're like, it has to be the wall, because that's the only thing I haven't ran against since this. I've covered that whole map, so now I'm gonna run across that wall. And then you send me a video of you passing through that hole in the wall. And you're like, yeah, so you got some kind of collision problem. I walk right through the wall and can fall under the map. And I was like, man, I can't get nothing past you guys. I was like, I'm gonna have to do some server or client code related to get past you guys. But it's good though. You gotta have that. People, I've known programmers in my career as a programmer to complain about having to fix bugs. And I always thought it was kind of weird that you would want to avoid fixing issues with a product you work on. But I love our QA team. We give them a lot of hell because they find everything. But overall, that's just one part of building that greater product. And yeah, you're right, Shawn. There's a lot of times when we get things out there that they need to be there. We need to show people that we're capable of doing things that even the base level, like during the pre-alpha, a lot of people had concerns about the enhancement system, the way the enhancement window was built, the way it performed, the way it worked during the pre-alpha, and that was kind of like our minimum operable system, just enough to be able to test the functionality of enhancements and to handle how their inventory and how all that came together. But as you'll see in the upcoming weeks, I think next week we should have the entire player and enhancement experience done. The new enhancement window it's not even a window. It's a full screen menu, full screen UI solution, I should say, that's also attached to a full screen player window, player information and data window. And it's completely different. So is the way enhancements are handled, because they're actually handled the way they're supposed to be handled now, because the original the early pre-alpha enhancement system, a lot of people are like, this is kind of odd. Like, I have an offensive, defensive, and utility enhancement set, but when I'm leveling up, I unlock enhancement slots in a way that offensive or red enhancement slots always open first. I'm always gonna have, even if I'm a tank, I'm gonna have an offensive enhancement slot open originally, and then the next one will be defense, and the next one will be utility. But if I'm trying to play a utility character from the beginning, I should have the yellow slot open first. And that was just kind of a linear tool that we used initially, because that's how it was to be used. And then Jax did a lot of overhauling to the way he handled that, and now it works the way it's supposed to work, the way it was originally designed to eventually be.
Right.
So,
and what you're making is actually supporting the point I was trying to make, was that everybody has thrown these, hey, let's put this in here, even though it doesn't work yet.
Yep.
And then we will develop it as we go. There's a lot of things in the charging and all the other aspects of the game that don't actually work yet, but you can see that they're there. Wait a minute, this is going to be something cool.
Yep.
And we are at pre-alpha alpha stage. That's what this means. We are in this stage of, hey, throw this in here before we get to beta, and let's start developing it.
Well, see, the thing is that there were things that were purposely done too, and the enhancements are a perfect example. The way that everybody saw the enhancements was the very first most in-depth way that something could be done. Basically, it was, here, players, you get the most control over every type of an item, and it was a test. We went from 36,000 enhancement options. We are currently sitting at 9,000 enhancement options. And that's because we've moved things from, rather than being hard choices that players could make, to random choices that spawn out in the world. So they would be things, rather than you making them and you picking them as a hard choice, they're things that you find in the world that exist. They just have a percentage chance to drop.
Yeah, just like we released the pre-alpha enhancement system, where no enhancement was governed by your level, and instead of using the lowest tier, because the players were able to level outside of tier 1. I mean, you could level up to tier 3, I think. And so instead of like saying, okay, we don't have leveling, so we're gonna say you get tier 1 enhancements only. So, that, which basically are practically, I mean, they're helpful at higher levels, but they're practically useless. We were just like, okay, we don't have level restrictions yet, but we also don't want to say, you know, you can't, you got to keep using these crappy enhancements regardless of how much you leveled up. So we were like, just put them all in there. If they find a level, you know, like a level 30 enhancement at level 1, they can use it because we don't have restrictions. And, you know, this is pre-alpha. We want people testing. We want people playing around with this, seeing what they think. And we kind of roll with that. We roll with that type of methodology early on because, you know, like Frank was saying, when we release a lot of the elements, we release them at kind of a very early state where.
Should I show them what the enhancement pages look like?
Yeah, sure, sure. I'm sure people would love to see that. But it's basically we're releasing things at the earliest stage they're developed.